Mike was one of them, kind of sneaking at me. I asked Mike about things, but he was like, lead Rick? What are you talking about? He said it a lot, lead Rick. And, you know, we went on to become friends over time. We played baseball, and so we were very competitive. You know, I was a night cook. Mike was a day cook. That type of thing. Okay. I want to tell you, I'm also the older, better looking brother of 3 brothers. You know, when Mike and I traveled when we were 19 years old to Denver, Colorado, it was not in Jaguar. It was a funky red Oldsmobile. Remember that thing? I rode that a couple times on the way, man. We drove, and I'm getting way ahead of myself. I'm just kind of out of order. I just wanted to be really powerful and just say this. I am so blessed and grateful to be in Mike's marriage for almost 50 years. And for that, man, I am truly grateful. You know, there's people in this room, you know, of all kinds of sides of Mike. Mike was a super complex, incredibly talented pain in the ass. He was a wonderful man. Sorry, man. He was a wonderful man. He was incredibly, superlatively intelligent. And like I heard Frank Griffin say, he was uncompromisingly, brilliantly honest. And when we met each other and were friends, we somewhere along the line, I was probably became his friend because, like Frank said, I was not afraid to play that avant-garde music, probably because my chops were as good as these guys. I just wanted to play. And so Mike and I traveled back to my hometown in Denver, Colorado, and we stayed with my grandparents, Frankie and Ed. Now, Mike was anxious to meet up with Frank again because he'd met him before, but Frankie was a heck of a jazz musician. He was a really good jazz musician. He looked a lot like, you know, the Lester Young was, the Prez. He looked a lot like Prez. He was kind of short, bald, you know, with that mustache, more sex. And Mike and I lived with him for, you know, a long time. And Frankie would say, Ricky, when's this guy gonna leave? And I said, come on, huh? Come on, Frank. And I ended up going to Massachusetts. We were gonna go to New York. Michael was already an established jazz player in the Denver scene. And I have such incredible gratitude for being taught courage about music. Michael saw things in me that I did not see in myself. I guarantee he saw things in me. He saw promise and hope. But when we left Eugene, Oregon as kids together, neither of us were refined. And I also beg to differ with the man of a few words. Mike was some words, a lot of words, and between his friends in context. He became an extraordinarily refined professor. And if you look back when we were kids, and somebody would have told me that we were both going to become teachers, I spent a decade and a half on, you know, celebrating my high school graduation. You know, and I really got out of high school. Kids talk about a gap year. I took a gap decade and a half, really. So by the time I became a teacher, I knew what I didn't want to do. So Mike and I lived in Colorado together. We rerouted, and I came back to Colorado in 1979. Mike was already in Portland. And here's what I really want to say is that Mike, I'm like, all those jazz albums out there are awesome, all that classical music is awesome. Mike and I recorded about 40 tunes of original music. Mike was an incredible composer of original music before he became a non-composer of jazz. I just want to put that out there. And if you're interested in that, I can probably hook you up with some recordings. But Mike and I met up again in 1980. I was thinking about going this way to a girl in Colorado, and Mike was going, "Hey, Rick, come on up here, let's play some music." And snail mail, he would send me all these recordings, these ideas, and sometimes I'd write lyrics to him, and sometimes I'd have an idea, and Michael, I could come up with the flimsiest little melody, and Michael would flesh it out. He was a genius, man, he really was. We recorded a bunch of music. My daughter was born in 1987. Michael was such a dear friend. You know, he loved my daughter Autumn. And Michael and I played the tune we're going to play here in a minute when my daughter's memorial 2 years ago. Jack and John are two couple other guys, and Bob and Mike and Bill Sharps here. A lot of people knew and loved Mike for a lot of different sides of it. You know, I just wanted to take that second to acknowledge that Mike was a really complex guy, and he loved the little things, man. At the end of his life, you know, like I didn't know he was gonna come this quick, but he used to love dropping little samples of habanero and salsa on my stew. I look over and I see this thing, and I go, "Hey, Richie, try that sauce." Dude, I haven't got to the rash fast. I mean, I'm like, habanero, anyways. Mike was a great cook, man. He was such a thoughtful character, and as he got older, the more contemplative, and you know, everything started to settle in. He was such a beautiful, beautiful guy. You know, I love that guy so much. Last time I saw Mike in person, and he came along with Jack and John and a couple of other good friends to see him, to come listen to me read some poetry from a book I read on my daughter. Stupid book, but you know, he knew how much it meant to me. And it's not a stupid book, it's actually it's just a book. But Mike knew how much it meant to me, and he came and he laughed at all the right parts, and he requested a particular poem to be read out loud. And when I got the news in the middle of the night that Mike was on, I was devastated. There are no words for that, man. Good news doesn't travel in the middle of the night, as somebody once said, you know. And I'm grateful I got to see you all last time. And I'm grateful that today, you know, I can't sing because you can hear my voice. That I have my good brother Jack Inglis